It's moving day. Gonna put my trailer to use again. I gotta get used to the trailer because I keep thinking, well, I gotta grab the wheelbarrow and haul this stuff here or haul this stuff there. I forget that I have the trailer because I'm not used to having it. But we are going to take a bunch of the yard related stuff, or I should say garden related stuff, field stuff and that, down to the shed so I can try to get my woodworking area clutter free, I like to say. That's why we made the other shed. It's to store all this type of stuff. So we're gonna fill this up as much as we can. Let me go into the shed, show you what we plan to do. It's a little messy in here. One thing I do plan to do is I got more of these fluorescent lights. I'm going to put another one over there, and I think one right there to brighten this up. Anyways, pretty much everything in this area needs to go down there. Plus the chainsaw, plus this weed whacker, and the fertilizer that's over here, and the sprayer I think we'll take down there too. There may be stuff that I'll bring back. I don't know. It depends on what I tend to use the most up here. This lawnmower will probably stay here, and I'll probably keep one jug of fuel for it. You know, just because I will use it up here. I will also probably keep the leaf blower up here because, again, that's what I use up in this area. So, but the planter can go, and maybe one of those shears will keep, some of the tools, some of the oils, anything on this back wall needs to go down there. So let's get it loaded up. Time's a wasting. We're all loaded up. Quite a bit of stuff. I thought there was more actually, but I need to do is I get it in the shed. I can put it all on the floor. I can figure out where I want to put shelves and stuff like that, where I want to hang the weed whackers. Well, let's go down there and I'll talk about it a little bit more. Down by the shed. Gonna go in. There's no light in there, so it's gonna be hard to see. So let's see. That's not too bad. Ooh. Sauji. So basically, two things need to happen down here. We need to bring in some rocky type dirt and fill in here. This is turned out to be kind of a low area, so it's always staying kind of muddy. So we want to build it up a little bit. This way it the water kind of runs off. Maybe we'll bring it up as high as the bottom of the wood. And then I need a small ramp because the goal is to take the rototiller and park it in here. I don't want it up in the garage. The trailer will go up in the garage. I don't have a big enough spot for it. But that's also why the wood in the garage needs to come down here. So the guys have finished staining. Looks beautiful. I almost don't want to put any wood on here, but the framework that I have up, you know, holding the wood in the garage, I'm going to take my hand planer, plane it down. I'm going to stain it the same color as this, and then basically I'm going to put two pieces up along here and two pieces across the back. I'm probably going to have some type of support in the middle. I'm not sure what yet, but it won't be too difficult. I'll take a piece of round stock like this, maybe from the bottom up, cut a notch into it, and then screw it in on the back side just to have something to wood to push up against. But yeah, so that's the goal for that. And then we'll bring the wood down here, stack it towards the back side, keep the front side open for other things. I may do a little ramp here, or maybe it'll just be steps. I don't know. We'll have to see, because once we bring in the dirt, if the dirt comes in to the bottom, not going to really need a step, because you're only going to go from here to here, and it's not that high. So the only reason I would need a ramp is if maybe I decided to store that wagon down here, maybe keep all the wood to one side and put the little trailer up here against the wall. That may be a good idea. It's actually not that heavy. I can pick up the back and put it up there. Believe it or not, it's, you know, so. But anyways, let's go in the shed. So I think this wall and this wall over here will probably be shelving, because I can put shelving all the way down, and then we can use the floor for storage. It's out of the way of the door. And then maybe this back wall or this wall. Rototiller coming in here, it's going to limit what we can put on this wall, so maybe this back wall is where I put the hanging stuff, like the weed whackers and garden tools and stuff like that. What's going to end up happening is garden tools are going to come in and get just laid right there, because we're already doing that. So, but and then I have the mower here for the attachment to the rototiller. So you know, that may be, that'll get stored down here too. So all right, I'm gonna start hauling stuff in and just lay it on the floor, and we'll figure out where it goes later, because that's going to be a day where I bring down the brackets and the wood and cut it to length, and I'll have to cut it up there because there's no electricity down here. Okay, everything's in. Obviously it's a mess, but now I can figure out where I want to hang stuff. So I think I'm gonna have a problem, because these guys are pretty tall. I mean, they don't have to be all the way up. You can see this is on the ground, right? So I have hanging brackets to put them on, but if I put it too high, then it runs into the wood up there. So maybe they go on this wall, because they'll stay close enough to the wall. So if I brought the rototiller in, it would fit without a problem. So yeah, maybe that wall is a good wall to put it on. So, and I think that's strong enough. I didn't bring the brackets down, so when I come down, I'll show you what the plan is. So I got to figure out lengths of wood for the shelves on this side, and maybe a really long shelf over there. Good thing is, if I don't like it, I can always take it down, cut it, make it smaller, maybe put 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4 there. I don't know. We're not going to be doing work in here. This is just for storage. So, but yeah, that'll be the next thing. My feeling is, if you have a place for things to go, you'll always put them back. But if you don't have a place, they just end up everywhere. Of course, I have a place for everything in my big shed, but I get lazy and I just put it all on that big table, and then when I get tired of not being able to work on the table, I put everything away. But that's just me. So make a mess, take a rainy day, clean it up. All right, that's it for this, and then we'll continue when I get time to come down to do the shelving. But right now the weather's good, so I really need to be working outside, Today I'm going to be weed whacking, cleaning up that area. We're getting ready to put up trellises over there. We're getting ready to put up trellis for the grapevines over there. And the other thing I have to do is take care of my pitayas. Dragon fruit? Pitayas, yeah. So I got some fresh cuttings I need to get planted. Okay, that's it for now. Ciao. Good morning. It's another day and we're going to be working in the shed, the one down by the garden. I'm freezing. I don't know why. It was 43 degrees this morning and I haven't warmed up. My hands are like ice cold. I can't wait to get out in the sun, but in the shed it'll be dark. So anyways, back to the shelving. What I need to do is I'm going to start repurposing some wood we use to maintain our wood pile down here in the garage. So I have 2 long pieces there. I have 2 short pieces there. I know I'm going to use the long pieces. I don't know how long they need to be, but I'm definitely going to be using them. So I may have to cut them, or they may be long enough to use as is. So I got to move this, got to move that, and I'm going to take them off and maybe those, but I'll also go down and measure in the shed what length I actually need, because I have to cut it up here. There's no power down there. So let's start getting stuff out of the way. Let's get this unscrewed and we'll go down to the shed and do a couple measurements to get an idea. I'm down in the shed. So the 2 walls that I'm at least looking at putting stuff on, and this may be a mistake, so I may have to change it later, but I can unscrew them and screw them in someplace else, is the wall over here next to the door, and then I think that wall. I think this back wall I want to keep for hanging tools. I've already done some stuff, just quick stuff, put up some nails to hang up the different heads for the weed whackers, because they're actually, this is a different size than that one. I did put up the weed whackers, and I put up a bracket to hold some of the shovels up, but I think I'm going to put a second one up here, and because I'm already overloading it and there's quite a few things on the floor I really need to get up off the floor. But I'd like to get as much of this small stuff, the gas obviously not, but the oils, the connections, I got some tools and things like that, and get them up on the wall. And maybe the smart thing is I just put up one shelf. If I put one big one up over here, then wait and not put anything on this wall. I'm still trying to think what I want to do, but anyways, let's measure it. So I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Go out there. Whoops, sorry guys. Here, what do we got? No, about 165 centimeters. And measure this side. All the way there. Ay, ay, ay. We're going to measure from there all the way over to here. 274 to be exact, but 270 is probably good number. Bidding. Today is the shelves, so let's get going on that. I'm going to go up and take the wood apart up in the garage. All right, time to move some stuff in the garage and we'll take it apart. All right, let's get to the rotor out of the way. here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to take out. All right. It's 3 meters. 3 meters long, so I'd have to cut off 30 centimeters. Ouch! Alright, I gotta carry it down to the shed. Okay, back in the shed. I got my piece of wood. It's cut to 270 centimeters. I decided I'm going to use 4 brackets. And what I did is I drilled, there was 2 holes, and originally I added a 3rd. I just felt it could use a little extra support. I can't use really long screws because it'll go through the wood. It's maybe 2 centimeters thick at the most. So what I'm going to do is this. I've already marked roughly the spots that I want the brackets, and I'm doing 4. I'm not running them out all the way to the end. What I did is just divided the space and I evenly spaced them out. I'm going to mount one first, and then I have a piece of wood to go across, and I'll put a level on it to make sure I get this one at the right spot. Nothing fancy, and most of all, my videos are not how to. They're how I do it videos. I definitely don't do how-to videos. They would have to be more in-depth and have to be more accurate, to be honest with you. But anyways, let's do it. Let's get it up. I don't think it'll take too long. 4 times 3, you're talking 12 screws, and that'll have the brackets in the right spot. Throw the shelf up there and put a few screws across the top, and we'll be done. First spot right there. Piece of wood. Gonna go like this. Make sure it's in the center, and I draw a line. Looks good. I guess I don't need the wood. I didn't even put it across there to see if it was going to be long enough. So, but it's level. See that? The bubble. Check that. Yeah, it would be the same way. I'm not going to mark it until I put this bracket on, though. Oil. What do we got? Famiga. Ants. That's good. And then I need something for the fuck hound. I think 1 shelf is good enough for now. If for some reason I need another shelf, then I'll put it up. Look at that nail. I think that's going to be more than long enough. I think here's a good spot. So I got this little piece here. This is for the ficons. So they just basically hang in there like that. And I'm gonna put them, put it right there. Perfect, huh? All right, well, I think we made some headway. Got the few things hanging there, got the ficons up, put up another bracket. That's not safe. Let's take that down. That would fall off and get somebody in the head. Got the chainsaw up and out of the way. The shelf is up, plenty of room to add more stuff up there. I would like to hang this, but I think I'm going to use the loft idea, and that's something I'll put up there. Problem is now I'm going to have like a ladder or something down here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the videos, please like and subscribe. I appreciate my subscribers, and I really enjoy talking and teasing with some of them, and we have a lot of good conversations. And the other thing that I like is get a lot of feedback, different points of views on how to do things, and I think that's great, because I will be the first to admit I don't know everything. So I like to learn different things. I watch a lot of videos on how to do things, but my channel is not a how-to do, it's how I do. All right, we'll see you later. Catch you in the next video. Ciao for now.